Kenlontae Turner, and I'm the curator of collections at the Hampton University Museum. Today, we're going to look at William H. Johnson's two paintings titled Three Great Freedom Fighters and Against the Odds. While traveling throughout the United States, in various countries in Europe and Africa, William H. Johnson was able to create paintings and prints that depicted everyday life and people. It was actually quite common for Johnson to recreate similar compositions using different mediums and materials, such as newspaper, canvas, and burlap. Although William H. Johnson's work is widely appreciated today, he struggled greatly during his lifetime to financially sustain himself using his artwork, especially in the United States. In the 1940s, William H. Johnson's artwork underwent an immense transformation. As seen in this painting titled Three Great Freedom Fighters, the artist became much more focused on presenting the cultural significance of historical figures. In the composition, you see depictions of John Brown, Harriet Tubman, and Frederick Douglass, all monumental icons in the abolitionist movement. Although all figures had the same goal of liberating those enslaved, they each had very different modes of achieving such a feat. It is no surprise that Harriet Tubman is in the center of the group, as she is often seen as the linchpin or guiding light for the movement. One can see that she is literally what connects the three figures together, holding both Brown and Douglass's hands. It is also significant that she is depicted wearing the most iconic symbol of America, the flag. One could argue that William H. Johnson believed that, despite the treatment of Black people in America, they played a tremendous role in his creation and had a rightful place in the canon of American history. This idea is carried over into Johnson's painting titled Against the Odds. The work was inspired by Edwin Rogers' 1944 book titled 13 Against the Odds. Rogers had conducted a community survey of sorts by setting out to speak with over 200 white and Black Americans on who they believed were African Americans who had been pioneers in their respective fields and in the country at large. Rogers compiled a list of 13 figures and wrote, quote, "These are success stories in the best American tradition of creating new frontiers. For these people have been breaking the barriers that hedged the marginal man. There are also stories of very human beings, of good, tough personalities, with the joys and sorrows common to all men, with the extra pain that comes from the prejudices of their neighbors, and the added zest that comes with climbing from special depths to the pinnacles of distinction." End quote. Rogers' book included images that were the direct visual inspiration for William H. Johnson's portrayals. The top row shows images of Paul Robeson, Mary McLeod Bethune, and George Washington Carver. The middle row depicts Joe Louis, Marian Anderson, Langston Hughes, Walter White, and W.E.B. Du Bois. And the final row shows Richard Wright, A. Philip Randolph, Charles S. Johnson, Mordecai Johnson, and William Grant Still. In the composition, one can see that there's no background, just simple renderings of the figures. This was Johnson's way of highlighting the figures and making it a springboard for audiences to engage in discussions such as, who are these people, and what is their significance? In all, the way he composed the work allows for a level of accessibility and intrigue within the viewer. For both paintings, it is clear that William H. Johnson found it important to portray impactful change makers in the movement for freedom and empowerment of Black Americans. Johnson's ability to include imperative historical and cultural context within his compositions was likely motivated by his desire to educate and inspire audiences in the most accessible ways he found possible. If you were asked to depict key individuals who positively impacted society, who would you depict and why?